Hi, I'm Emily Austin, and this is Plastic Addict Talks, a series of interviews that we're doing with creators from all over to see what they're up to and what we can expect from them next. Today, I'm joined by Toronto-based stylist Jaclyn Patterson. She helps people build their dream wardrobes, but in a socially and environmentally responsible way. We're going to be talking about Shopwise, a new platform that she is launching to help connect people to amazing clothing while also supporting small businesses and sustainable brands. Thanks for joining us, Jaclyn. How are you doing today?
Thanks so much for the lovely intro. That was so nice. I'm doing really well. I'm excited to be here and chat with you.
So for those who aren't in the know, can you just explain to us what is Shopwise and who is it for?
Yeah, so Shopwise is an e-commerce site where someone can shop between a variety of ethical and sustainable brands. It's essentially a one-stop shop to support ethical fashion and find amazing clothing at the same time. I think the United Nations has a stat that 8 out of 10 global emissions actually come from the fashion industry. So it might be an overlooked section for most people, but it's a great way to kind of reduce your carbon footprint. But through Shopwise, I definitely believe that you don't have to sacrifice style in order to be a conscious consumer. So this is kind of why I decided to create this platform where someone can come find amazing clothing, support really awesome brands that are doing great things, but also not harm the environment any further at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's an amazing idea. Can you tell us what it's been like building this new platform during lockdown? And if the idea for Shopwise was at all inspired by the rise in online shopping we're seeing as a result of the current situation?
It kind of happened very organically because through my styling work, I've been styling people for about 7 years now, and I definitely try to incorporate sustainability in my styling work. And I don't necessarily put that at the forefront of the clients that I work with. Like, to me, it's more about making sure that they feel really good in their clothes. But I kind of try to do it in a way that, you know, if they do need to add to their wardrobe or if they are looking to expand some pieces, that I refer them to sustainable and ethical brands. And in turn, a lot of the feedback I've had over the years is really, really positive, and people are really excited to learn of these brands that are, you know, small business owners, but like beautiful style. And at the same time, they love knowing that they're sustainable. It's kind of an added perk to them. But I kept thinking, like, it has to be easier. Like, it shouldn't necessarily have to always be through me for someone to find these brands, or the other alternative is someone spending like an hour Googling and like looking online for a solution for themselves. It was a year ago when I was like, you know what, I need to create something where these brands can come together. It's really simple for a person to like find pieces they need without having to spend a lot of time. It wasn't so much that lockdown kind of encouraged me to kind of push it along, but it more so actually validated the focus on online shopping going forward. At the same time, the importance of supporting like small businesses, because these are the kind of the businesses that are being impacted the most by the economic crisis happening right now. So definitely, if I can like support them, but also go along with how the customer is shopping nowadays, then it's kind of a win-win, hopefully, for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think maybe especially online, fast fashion brands are so ubiquitous, so it's nice to have an alternative.
Definitely. It's so true.
So as a wardrobe stylist, you're often encouraging people to shop small, shop local, shop sustainable. Could you tell us a little bit more about what your rubric is for what constitutes a sustainable brand and how you selected the brands that are going to be featured on Shopwise?
Yeah, so great question for sure. I guess I definitely have a vetting process, and there's this concept called greenwashing nowadays that exists, and I'm sure you're familiar with it, but just in case anyone listening isn't, it's essentially when a brand kind of pretends that they are a sustainable brand through their marketing platforms, but really they're not actually adopting sustainability or ethics at their core of their business. A fabric, for example, could be like 98% polyester, and then that 2% like recycled water bottles. So most of the time, if like a fast fashion brand incorporates sustainable practices, we really have to vet them to make sure it's like not fake, if that makes any sense. With so many brands kind of seeing the rise of environmentalism in like mainstream media, it's definitely important that I created a vetting process to ensure that someone can come to Shopwise and trust the brands that are on there. We're going to be having a lot of transparency there in terms of like what certifications brands have, like are they fair trade certified, eco-organic, all the things. So a customer can really understand that that these are like really sustainable brands, and that they are like a trustworthy source as well. I want first and foremost people to come to the site and just be inspired by the beautiful clothing. Like I don't necessarily want them to come and be like, oh, this is super eco, because I don't really think that kind of stereotype exists anymore. So I really want people to come and be inspired by like the beautiful clothes and excited to wear them. But then the added bonus is being able to learn about these brands that are being sustainable and like maybe how as well. So yeah.
Very cool. Lastly, can you just tell us, where can we go to be first in line to find out when Shopwise launches?
So we'll definitely be launching later this fall. The actual date is a little bit tentative just because there's so many factors I'm kind of working on and making sure that all the brands I'm working with have their fall collections launched as well. So definitely will be later this fall, definitely before the holiday season for sure. But any updates in terms of like how I'm letting people know when we're live is following us on Instagram. So just at Shopwise Official, or if they want to follow me too at Jaclyn Patterson. I do a lot of like behind the scenes stuff on there as well. So happy to kind of update anyone along the way, but very excited, and it's going to be really great. So I hope everyone really loves it as much as hopefully I and the designers I work with do.
Well, Jaclyn, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been great chatting, and congratulations. Shopwise is an amazing idea. We're so excited for the launch.
Thank you so much for having me. It's really an honor.
And thank you for joining us for this episode of Plastic Addict Talks. See you next time.